Okay, I just thought I'd make a quick little rant video for my fast boys at home. Okay, we live in a weird-ass world where people have opinions where they should not have opinions and disrespect opinions where they should be allowed to have opinions. Like, we are supposed to be more respectful about people's IDE choices and less respectful about their relationship preferences. I'll give an example. If a man prefers to use VS cock, like a bitch.
Life is a bitch. It's hurting me.
We are supposed to respect that. But if he prefers to date thin women, he is somehow sexist and needs to go to hell and is infected by the male gaze or whatever the fuck. This makes no sense. The command line is always easier. GUIs are retarded. Period. I'll give you an example. If you don't know how to do something on a command line, you just Google it, Stack Overflow, ChatGPT, whatever. Yandex, DuckDuckGo, whatever, for those GigaChat internet users, haha. Or you can email the doubt to your teacher or instructor. They can read your command, and then they can give you a better command that allows you to do what you want to do. So you can just ask them, hey, I want to do this, and then this is what I'm trying to do. This is how I'm trying to do it, and then they can just fix your doubt. Easy, no problem. Now imagine you had a problem on a GUI. You know how one picture is 1,000 words? Well, that really fucks you over here. You now have to painstakingly describe a retarded user interface over an email. Or you can take screenshots and then you annotate over them. And then you have to Google a YouTube video or something. You can't just load up a man page and grep for what you want to do. Let's take an example of recursively listing all directories and subdirectories with ls. Mansplain ls. Done. Pattern search for recursive and you find your answer. In a GUI, you would have to watch some YouTube video or go to the internet, and then you'd have to see where to click and then what to do and all that. And also, here's another thing a lot of people don't understand. Commands can be automated. It might be harder to type something initially, but you don't have to type it again. I never type the same shit twice, and I guarantee people repeat mouse strokes all the damn time. They click on this icon and then that one and then that one, and then they do the exact same steps again and again and again. I think this is what it really comes down to. I think people just have a paranoia of fucking text. It's like attention spans have reduced so much that humans have lost the ability to read stuff. Like, can you fucking read? This is an honest question, and I mean it in a very respectful way. Can you fucking read? Like, why does text scare you so much? It is text. That is literally what a command is. It is text with a little bit of syntax. Syntax basically means you have to spell the things correctly. You have to use the American spelling, and you have to use the correct punctual, whatever. It's text. I can name so many instances where I gave someone a command as a solution, and these commands can be run everywhere. It's not like they have to install Arch Linux or whatever the fuck. Like, take for example, R, right? You can download RStudio on any operating system, and you can run R on any operating system. It's fast, it's open source, and the IDE is also open source. One guy asked me how to find all movies that made a profit, which basically meant one column minus 3 times the next column
Life is a bitch, y'all.
Was more than a certain amount, and I sent him a quick simple text which contained a command which did the thing he wanted. The most efficient way to do it. I texted him the answer and done. And since he has RStudio installed anyway, he can actually just run the thing. But he was like, how do you do it on Radiant? Now, first of all, what the fuck is Radiant? I don't know what Radiant is. I know what R is, which is what we're supposed to be using, but I don't know what the fuck Radiant is. Turns out Radiant is this web browser version of R, which you launch from RStudio itself. I literally have a solution which he could implement in 1 second, but then he has to launch Radiant, click a bunch of stuff to do the same. The second I saw Radiant, I lost all hope in this fucking species. We are fucked. The world is over. Radiant is proof of that. After all this, they have the audacity to call me autistic. I'm autistic. Really. Honestly, at this point, I won't even disagree. But they have the audacity to ask me for an easier way. Bitch, I gave you the easiest way. You copy-paste the text I sent you, and no problem. Then they proceed to tell me that I deliberately do things in a more difficult way so I can flex on them. Keep in mind, they asked me for the solution. They came to me. asking me for help. And I gave them a solution. I don't hide no shit. If I can help somebody, I try to do it. And then they start fucking complaining. And in the realm of tools, like, this is ridiculous. This is preposterous, okay? You asked me how to do it. I gave you the simplest way, but no. I'm the autistic one who wants to flex on people to look cool. In the realm of tools, there are correct answers, okay? Sorry to offend you, motherfuckers, okay? Some tools are better, easier to learn, easier to troubleshoot, easier to use, easier to document, and just better than others. You see, if this was a religion, or a romantic partner or something, I'd go David Hume style, right? I get it. It's your business, people guided by emotions, whatever. But these are fucking tools. Please cut the bullshit. Unless your task is graphical in nature, video editing, image editing, or whatever, unless you're doing something like that, or maybe even browsing the internet, unless you're doing something like that, the terminal is always better. And it is universal. RStudio, Tech Studio, although they're garbage fucking softwares, you should be using VimTech, you should be using NVimR. RStudio, Tech Studio, it's just disgusting. I hate those. Whatever, they can be installed anywhere. It takes like 2 seconds to do it, and they just run. They are no problem. You don't need to learn Vim or any of that crap. Okay, you can just install it and you can get cracking. Syntax has also become so easy to deal with. Okay, we have all these syntax highlighters, language editors. We have ChatGPT. ChatGPT can solve syntax problems easily. And here's another thing that a lot of people don't understand. If you make a syntax problem, the error message tells you where the syntax problem is, and in most cases it tells you what the syntax problem is as well. So syntax is not even that much of a problem. It appears that people just cannot read anymore. I think that's what it really is. They want a GUI for everything, and they want to click stuff. Even though it's harder, they want to click stuff. They don't want to read, they don't want to type. We are going to move to a day and age where the keyboard on the computer ceases to exist. I think that might actually happen. And again, I just want to make this very clear at the end, okay? I don't go out of my way to make things harder for myself so I can flex on the WinFags. You make stuff harder for yourself because you have some anxiety or some paranoia towards text, or you have an inability to read, or your attention span is low as hell, okay? Not me, alright? Thanks for watching. Go read the fucking manual and have a nice day.